I want to tell you guys about my first business and what happened, waterproofing business. Man, when I was young, my mother said to me, please try and do everything correctly. Don't cut corners, don't cheat, any of that stuff. But man, when I started this business, it was mid of winter. It was a waterproofing business. And I tried to do everything right. The only problem, it didn't rain in winter. Small problem. I didn't time this business correctly. Because timing is everything in business. And I didn't time this business well. I mean, I planned, I bought the premises, I had employees, I had this old guy with me. All was good, it just wasn't raining. So I decided, look, the evil side of me came out one night. And he said, Zaid, I know you can't make things happen with the rain, but you got a plan. So I made little brochures, printouts, and you guys checking my leg and everything, yeah. So it's about posturing, apparently, this whole thing. Anyway, so I made little printouts on an A4 page, and I got people to cut it into 8, and I employed my people to make sure they go to all the houses and give them a free evaluation of their waterproofing in winter, so that by the time summer comes, we used to have it was made into a type of sticker, and you would paste it on their fridge or somewhere where they would recognize who we are and that we could help them. Then, as that was happening, man, I did a really bad thing. I told them that when they get up to the roofs and when they check bad things, they must make sure they accentuate those bad things, meaning explain to the people that they have problems. So I trained my people very carefully in analyzing the problems and letting everybody know that on this section of the house is a possibility you're going to have a problem, blah, blah, blah. Come the rainy months, man, it was hectic. Our phones were ringing off the hook. People were going out, and it was, I can't remember the area, but it was in the south at that time. This is more than 30 years ago. And we got into this business. It was amazing. We were servicing everyone correctly. There's only one problem in that, as you know, the summer is not more than 4 months, and then the business would fail. So I designed another type of product, and I improvised, knowing that sometimes your business is very seasonal, which means you have to have some sort of bread and butter business that goes with it. A lot of the times, people forget about timing. Like in this case, I didn't realize at the time that you couldn't be fixing roofs and ceilings, etc., if it doesn't rain throughout the year. So one must be cognizant, whatever business model you have, to the surroundings that you have, as well as always analyze what the potential risks of your cash flow is. I'm big on always telling you about cash flow, because without cash flow you can't pay bills, without cash flow you can't have capex, without cash flow you can't really expand the business. So it's important for you always to look at these issues and ensure that you prioritizing your cash flow and making sure that you have enough of it. Not going to buy the Ferraris and Lamborghinis in the good months and forget about the bad months that possibly coming. Things can go wrong. Bad advertising and marketing could come that could drain your cash flow. People could be unhappy. Lots of negative stuff could happen. But when you have a pile of cash, you almost feel like you're not invincible, but you can handle it. I mean, you guys know, if you have a small war chest, I don't know if it's war chest or war chest. I think it's war chest. And that you have a bit of cash. And you're now able to deal with anything that comes towards you. If you have another child, it's not a problem. If you need to expand your house, if you need to expand your business, if a little bit of cash flow goes bad, as long as you have the pile of cash, you seem to be all right. So what is the message behind all of that? A certain percentage of your income or your profits must be secured away from your reach of the weekend spend, the car spend, the holiday spend, all of that, so that you can take the money and save it so that in a rainy day, as they always used to say, it can become available and it will allow you the opportunity to see yourself through a hard time. Anyway, I'm just checking out with you guys the issue of cash flow and making sure that you know that you need to save for a rainy day, that you need to have cash in a cash pile all the time if you are going to want to have a long-term view on your business, and ensuring that you're analyzing all your risks in the short and medium and long term around cash flow. Thanks, guys.